Derek, man, let's go. Coach Derek Smith, man. What's up, man?
Good.
You know what I'm saying? One of the hardest years of life, man. Tell me some of your experience that you had during middle school.
Middle school is really a time for you to find yourself. It's a time for you to find the people you want to be around. I felt like I was going to be most happy. I stayed with my sports friends, and I just felt like being around the right people will always guide you to.
Through this show, we strive to create a world where young individuals feel empowered to express themselves, where educators and students become partners in shaping the future, and where parents and young adults build bridges of understanding that span the generations. We aim to create a society where everyone's voice is heard, valued, and respected. Welcome to Coach's Corner.
What's up, man? It's Coach Cordell. Welcome to Coach's Corner. Yeah, man, we got our own talk show now. Hey, this talk show is gonna be crazy. Hey, the goal for this talk show, and I feel that is a gap between educators and students, young adults and parents. And I want a platform for these young adults and these students to be able to talk, man, to have any judgment, don't have no judgment, nothing at all, man. I want them to have this platform to be able to express themselves around the world, man. But today, we got a special guest, man. We got a special guest. Hey, everybody get ready, man. I'm excited to introduce this person, man. Coach Derek Smith. He's an entrepreneur. He's a coach, man. Hey, Derek, man, let's go. Coach Derek Smith, man. What's up, buddy? What's up, man?
Good.
Man, thank you for coming on the show, bro. What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Thank you for having me. It's great. It's amazing. It look amazing.
Man, thanks, man.
I'm
you know what I'm saying? We don't play no games out here,
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir.
We don't play no games. You want some water?
Never that. Yes, sir.
Man, got you, bro. Got you, man. This is the living room, man. You in the living room, Coach's Corner,
we in
bro.
Here now. We in here.
Man, that's what's up, man. So, yeah, man, let's get straight into it, bro. I wanna kind of talk about your middle school years, man. Let's talk about you growing up. Just I hear that middle school is probably one of the hardest, years of life. You know what I'm saying? One of the hardest years of life, man. Tell me some of your experience that you had during middle school.
Well, I think middle school, what you said about it being the hardest years of life, it's kind of true and false at the same time. Like, middle school is really a time for you to find yourself. It's a time for you to find the people you want to be around. And I feel like through my middle school years, like, nothing was ever perfect, but I found the people I wanted to be around most of the time. And I stayed in a group of people where I felt like I was going to be most happy. I stayed with my sports friends, and I just felt like being around the right people will always guide you to just have fun and be free. Because school is not a place where you want to be stressed out around anything else regarding school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want to get your grades where they need to be, and then you want to just be happy. Regardless of where or what you're doing, you want to be happy. So I feel like overall I was focused on being happy and focused on just living my life and not worrying too much, because being stressed out was my main focus to not be stressed out, not be super worried about like who's thinking what about me. I didn't want to think about what people thought about me or just how people see me, because I wanted to just be myself, and at the end of the day, I only have me to worry about. You know what I'm saying?
So where did that come from, bro? Like, because a lot of middle schoolers don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? As I want to be myself, because in that group of kids, I say middle school just itself, man, they want to find that group. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I need to hang out with this person. So where did that come from for you to be able to be like, man, you know what? Middle school, I want to try to be myself more.
I think, just like whatever experiences you go through before, sometimes maybe you've already tried that in elementary school, maybe you've already tried to find that cool group, or maybe you've already tried to find that group of friends that you didn't mesh well with. It always happens for people differently. Sometimes it happened in college, sometimes it happened in high school. I just feel like one day, like, I looked at my life and I said, I only have one of these. You know what I'm saying? So. And you only really have one middle school, one high school experience. You can't really go back and redo it.
Right.
I didn't want to regret anything I ever did, and if I did regret anything, I would want it to be out of a learning lesson rather than pure regret. You know what I'm saying? So I made it my main goal not to regret anything.
Got you. That's powerful, bro. Did you see any like any struggles from like other students during middle school? Where it's like,
100%.
what kind of struggles did you see that a lot of people was going through from male and female perspective of middle school?
Overall, sometimes it would just be like imposter syndrome, or sometimes it would just be like not liking how other people treat them, or sometimes people aren't always put in the same positions as others, so they like to, not they like to, but sometimes it brings them to just being sad about where they're at in life, their position in life. And I feel like nobody can really ask to be put in the perfect position in life, you know what I'm saying? So whatever position you're given, like I said, you only have one of these at the end of the day. You only have one life, so
That's
whatever happens, just like I said, being happy is the most important part. It's not about how much money you have in your pocket, how much money your parents have in your pocket, in their pocket. It's not how much, like, what you're wearing to school every day, like, because at the end of the day, people are probably wearing the best stuff to school and don't have it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? So
what middle school did you go to?
I went to Granite Ridge Intermediate.
Oh, Granite Ridge. That's where my kids. Okay. You went to Granite Ridge. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So also, like, let's talk about teachers, right? Teachers in middle, like, what teachers stood out to you in middle school?
Ooh,
That one teacher that was like, man, I can't wait to see this teacher when I get to school. Or did you have any teachers like that?
I don't know. I don't know if I had any teachers that come to mind specifically, but I just always had teachers that would just look at me as kind of like the free-spirited kid. Like I was all right with my grades. I wasn't perfect. I wasn't like the smartest kid in class, but I was very free-spirited, very just okay, whatever it is. Like, but like when I got home, I wanted to live my life. I wanted to go, do things with my friends and go play video games and stuff like that. So I wasn't always like the smartest kid bringing back his work and stuff like that, but I was always free-spirited, never like causing too much trouble. So
Got you.
I feel like my teachers just the ones that allowed me to be more free-spirited is the ones that I kind of gravitated to, but I can't think of any teachers' names in specific. I apologize if any of them are watching.
No, you good, man. That's crazy though, man, that you were that free-spirited student, bro. Like that's.
I tried to be. I wasn't always perfect. I wasn't always what I set out to be, but every day when you wake up, you always want to put your best foot forward.
Right. Man, so you went from Granted, did you play any sports at Granite Ridge?
I only played football.
You played football?
I only ever really played football.
Okay. So how was that football experience in middle school?
It was dope. We had a pretty good team, but I was super small, so I wasn't really like the biggest part of the team. But I'd always believed in my abilities, and being super small was just kind of like a setback. And when you run into a setback, you run into, do I want to do this anymore? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of ran into a lot of that playing sports. I ran into, do I even want to do this anymore? Is this for me? And sometimes you would have coaches that didn't believe in you as much as you believed in yourself. So it kind of confused you, like, does he know more than I do? But really, it's just, we're all humans at the end of the day. So everyone's going to make their judgment. It's all up to you to whether or not you believe in yourself. And I feel like those moments where I did believe in myself, I showed out and I proved to myself what I was capable of, and that was okay for me, you know.
Yeah. So I see that sometimes, man, where like you said in sports wise, when that person's that little, you know, if you was growing up, the coaches kind of,
the coaches kind of write them off.
Kind of write them off right away. And I remember when every time I talk about you, because I've been with going up because I seen your pictures that you post.
Yeah.
And I was like, but his work ethic is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So did you have that, like, as I see you now, did you have that in middle school? Like, I'm about to prove this coach wrong, but you still didn't get a chance?
No, I feel like I didn't have that as a player. I feel like I didn't have that second gear where somebody would not believe in me and I'd be like, all right, bet. And I feel like that's what caused me to have that as an adult. Because like when I have my players and I have like some players that I coach that are maybe mediocre, maybe aren't as good as the other players, I don't necessarily look at them and tell them, well, it may not be for you. I tell them, look, if you just put in this amount of work, if you just do a little bit, like you'll see the potential in yourself, and then that'll make you keep going times 2, times 3, because you'll see it in yourself. You'll see that improvement in yourself just because you put that little bit of effort in, and you'll see it, and you'll want to keep going. And I feel like I never took that initiative when it came to sports to really put my best foot forward and and try just a little bit harder to see where I could have gone, where I could have taken it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But after getting the opportunity to coach, I feel like I'm in the right position to do that for my players and do that for them, because at the end of the day, it's about them. You know, it's not about me.
I like that, man. So, I met both of your parents, man. Cool people, bro. Cool people. So, before we get into like the high school of you, right? I still want to stick on this middle school. So, when you was playing football, how was Dad, when it came to you playing this sport? Was he like, son, come on, man, you got it out here? Or he was kind of laid back,
No,
chill?
he knows how good I am, but he's laid back and chill. Like, he knew my potential, but he wants me to chase whatever I want to be doing, and I like that about my parents, that they support whatever I'm interested in, wherever my passion is at. And if they see that my passion isn't somewhere, but I'm still involved in it, then they'll support, but they won't push over the edge. You know, they'll say, okay, we're here for whatever you want to do, and I appreciate that about my parents tenfold.
Got you, man. So, all right, high school years, bro. So you went up to go to Clovis North, right?
Yes, sir.
Clovis North, okay. We both coached there. I coached there. You coached there. Now you at Clovis East. Okay, so now you hit high school years, right? Freshman. How did that freshman life feel, right, when you moved from Granite Ridge and then over to Clovis North? How was that transition for you?
Oh man, it was like free spirited times two. Like, it was just like, you have 4 more years of this. You look up and it's dances and it's rallies, pep rallies, and it's like stuff during like games during lunch, and it's just like, dude, there's a lot going on, and there's a bunch of kids. Like, in middle school, there's only 2 grades.
Yeah.
High school, there's 4 grades, so it's like there's so many people. You know what I'm saying? So, trying to find your own lane was even more important for me. Like, I was trying to find my passions. I was trying to figure out what I want to do, because then people start like whispering in your ear, "What are you gonna do after high school? What are you gonna do after you graduate, yada yada?" And it's like, I don't really know. Like,
Yeah.
You know, like, and you start thinking about it. So I feel like being a freshman, I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. So I was kind of looking for inspiration. I was looking for what I'm good at and just stuff like that. Just looking for what I can do with my life. Because like I said, I've always like, since I was more middle school, high school-ish, I always looked at my life like I only have one of these. And I want to start young if I want to be passionate in something, because I don't want to wait too long.
Right.
I would regret that more than doing something and failing.
So what was the hardest, like going into that freshman year, right? What was one of the hardest, I say, obstacles you had to face when you came into Clovis North as a freshman? Because that transition right there is just, I know a lot of kids be like, man, I got to go to high school. I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Like for you, like what was the biggest obstacle for you when you became a freshman at Clovis North?
The biggest obstacle for me, I feel like just knowing who I am, because a lot of people are going to try and steer you. There's going to be a lot of people you meet that you're never going to meet again, that are going to try and change your life trajectory.
Say that again. I want to hear that again. Say that again.
There's going to be a lot of people you meet that you're never going to meet again, that are going to try and change your life trajectory, that are going to try and tell you, hey, like, you want to try and do this, or hey, like, you want to come over here at this certain time, or they're saying, hey, like, why are you doing this, or like, why are you dressed like that, or why are you watching this, or why are you like, but at the end of the day, they don't go home with you. They don't brush your teeth for you. They don't shower for you. You know what I'm saying? So if they don't take care of you, they don't decide where your life goes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just knowing who I am and knowing how to deal with people like that. You don't always have to deal with people like that negatively, because they're not always coming at you with negative connotation. You know, sometimes they'll just be asking you a question, or sometimes they're just going through something, so they express it on you, like someone's going through something negative at home, so they come to school trying to bully somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like handling those people is always just understanding where people come from, and understanding they're not always coming from a bad place. And also understanding that returning negativity with negativity is not always the answer. Sometimes if somebody says something to you that rubs you the wrong way, that was something I'd have to learn in high school, how to react, you know, how to act around certain people when I know certain information that they have done before, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not not being rude to them, but still knowing how to handle myself, how to carry myself. How to carry myself was the most important part.
Right.
Because I still have to do that to this day. Have to carry myself every time I walk out the door.
Yeah. Did you go through any like bullying in high school? The beginning of the years?
No, I wouldn't say bullying.
No bullying?
No, I came up with the same people that I was in middle school with,
Oh,
so
okay,
I kind of
okay.
stayed around them. I
Yeah.
didn't really like veer out, and plus I was on the football team, so I was always just around my teammates and stuff like that. So it wasn't never really like bullying. It was more just having fun with the boys in the locker room, kicking it, making jokes and stuff like that, regular kid stuff, but never anything I would consider bullying.
Got you. So when you hit high school doing football, because it's a big difference, right?
100%, yeah.
It's a big difference when you play high school football. From a freshman to you played all the way your senior year?
Yes, sir.
How was that going from a kid that really didn't get that opportunity coming into high school to try to, get another opportunity because you went through that phase, like, is this even for me?
Mm-hmm.
But then you stepped into your freshman year and so on. So, like, how was that transition from football middle school where I didn't get a shot to going to high school?
Well, I feel like everyone's career kind of just moves at its own pace and moves. Like sometimes people run into injuries at the worst possible times, So sometimes everyone's career isn't always going to be the same. But in my career specifically, like going into my varsity years, I had come off an injury. I had broken my collarbone my sophomore year, so I had another little like talk in the mirror, like, is this really for me? Do I really want to injure myself? Am I gonna play the next 2 years and then ruin my body for my adulthood life, or I'm not even gonna be playing sports? It was all those type of thoughts. I never thought I was gonna be a coach, right? So I was thinking about just being done with football after senior year. I was like, okay, let me just finish, give it my all, see what happens, And I did all right personally. I did my thing. I wasn't bad at all, but I still came up to senior year and was like, okay, I'm finished. You know what I'm saying? I came up to senior year, finished, and I was just like, okay, I'm done with football. I'm done with sports. It's been tiring on my body, and I also I would want to look into new passions. I'd want to look into things I can do with my life where I would always have football practice during the summer and football during the fall. So it's like I never really chased my passion before, In high school, you kind of have all that free time outside of homework to do whatever, and I always wanted to chase my passion. I always wanted to do stuff like build a brand and like create content online and just do like different things that I've always looked into, I've always been passionate about, but I've never gotten really the chance to because of football. So then I graduate, then I don't even graduate. The football season ends, and I get the opportunity to coach in my senior year. So getting the opportunity to stay in football was kind of just like a no-brainer. You know, it was a blessing, and it was like, dude, like, I don't think I would ever get this chance again. You know, so I took it. I took it without a heart, without a breath, bro. I took it. You know.
Man, before we get into that transition from high school, right? Now, do you have any teachers that stood out for you in high school where you like, man, I love this teacher, I want to go back and see this teacher, that type of teacher? Or when you see them, like, yeah, I want to hear that. Like, do you got any teachers in high school that was like somebody that, you know, talked to you in a certain way, like gave you kind of motivation, like that? Did any teacher come in mind for you?
Well, first off, I'd just like to shout out to Mr. Prado, because he's really the person that got me into coaching. I was a tutor in his class, and he's seen how I interacted with the kids, and he's seen how I interacted with the kids that were 4 years younger than me, and he's seen how I interacted with them and how, because we would tutor them, help them with their homework and stuff like that, and I would always just make sure they're having a great time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Rather than hammering down like studying and being boring and jamming the books into their head, I was always making sure that they were having fun. They were making sure their work is done, but we're here to have fun. We're not here to here to be the army. You know, we're not here to force things on you that you don't want to do. And if you're ever going through something, I always want to be open door. So I kind of was just naturally myself, and he's seen that in me, and he's seen the potential of me to be a coach. And I would never be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for him seeing the potential in me. And then my English teacher, my senior year, I was almost failing, and we had an extra credit opportunity, which was a poetry slam. And I had never done poetry before, and I was just like, I'm interested in like hip hop and stuff like that, and like rhymes, but I was never a poet. And it was an extra credit opportunity, so obviously I needed to do it. And I had written like a little bit of something, and I had made it into the next round. It was like a round-based extra credit opportunity where if you make it to the final round, you get the most extra credit, right? So I passed the first round, and I didn't think I was going to pass the first round. The first round, we had shown up to class, and I didn't have anything written down. So I ran into the hallway, wrote something down real quick, and it was about me missing my family back home in Chicago, and just wrote about how I'm so far from them and how I never really got to grow up with them, and how I love and appreciate them every time I get to see them. And apparently, she really liked it. So I moved on to the next round. And each round moving on, she's just like, I'm so proud of you, you know, like she just let me know, I never could see this like coming out of you, but I see the passion in whatever you're talking about, and I see that you're really meant for this, meant for public speaking and being a poet and stuff like that. And I appreciate her just telling me how she felt about my potential, because people seeing my potential is always something I appreciate and always something I remember, because you know, I see it in myself every day, and I try not to toot my own horn, but I know what I'm capable of. You know, I know I'm capable of changing lives and really being a hard worker and really making an impact on somebody's life one day. So when people see that potential in me to change somebody else's life, it just validates myself even more to go harder.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. So you graduate high school and went into coaching, right?
Yes, sir.
You was coaching at 17. When I met you,
17 years
coaching
old.
at 17 years old.
What year
did you graduate?
2019.
2019. So right before COVID hit.
Yes, sir. We had one season before COVID hit.
Right, one season before COVID hit. So I want to get onto the COVID aspect of life, bro. Mm-hmm. How did that change your life when everything got shut down?
Well, when everything got shut down, first of all, I was coaching from like April to November. Like we were just like, oh, we'll just keep practicing, you know, we'll see what happens. Because at the beginning of COVID, it was like, oh, it might end in a couple months, you know. So it was very optimistic. I was still coaching, but we were coaching with masks on, you know, but I was still out there, you know. I just wanted to be out there. I didn't know I didn't know football was ever gonna happen again, you know. The COVID could have ended the world. But I really just didn't have nothing to do but work hard. So what had happened was I went on a vacation with my friends, and on the way back, one of my friends, he plays football. He had played football at Fresno City, and I looked at him. I was like, hey, if you want to start getting better, I'm a coach. You're a football player. You might as well go to the field, because I want to learn how to do new drills. I want to create new drills. I want to kind of fix my drills up a little bit. I want to be a better coach. I just want to be better. So we just started going to the field, because that's free. It's not like an establishment. You can't go into the store because everything's shut down. Everything, you know.
So you started doing this after
COVID hit.
After COVID hit, okay.
Yeah, when COVID hit and we had nothing to do, that's when I started training.
Okay.
That's when I started. I was like, I have nothing better to do but go get better, you know.
Yeah.
So that's when I started training. I started recording it a little bit, and that just turned into what it is now. I'm like 3 years into training. I have a whole bunch more equipment in my car. When I first started training, I had bought like 10 cones, which is like $10, and then I had a Beat Studio case the ones that you put over your phone or your head, your ears, and the case was like a round object. So I was like, we'll use this as a football, because I don't have a football. I don't own a football, you know. So that was literally all I had to work with, and we made it happen. You know, we went out there, got better. We'd be out there running stadiums. You know, I was really just focused on getting my physical body right, because I want to be a good example for the players that I coach. Just always keep yourself in shape and keep yourself in order. You know, I've always wanted to just lead by example, so I was out there working, running stadiums with the guys that I train. We'd be out there, you know, footwork drills, catching drills, all type of stuff, just learning how to get better. And that really became an outlet for me to just go outside, like being in COVID, you're inside all the time. Like I'd be trying to learn all types of new things inside, but I'm not really like a stay inside type of guy unless it has to do with sleeping or video games, Like
Right.
if I'm working, I want to go outside and work. I want to go like smell the fresh air, So being outside and coaching, like sometimes I'd just be sitting out there like this is a blessing. Like in high school, I would never thought I'd be coaching, I never thought I'd be inspiring others to be a better football player because I wasn't inspired, unfortunately. I was inspired to finish, but to be better, that's all I care about right now.
Man, that's dope, man. That's dope. I wanna before we really wrap it up, I kind of want to give just a quick overview of Catalyst Promise. Like you became an entrepreneur at the age of 20. You know what I'm saying? So I want to just briefly go over what is Catalyst Promise so you can tell the viewers, and then I got 2 more questions for you. And then, but yeah, tell us about Catalyst Promise real quick.
Well, Catalyst Promise it's a space for leaders. It's a space for creators. It's a space for people that want to be better. It's a space for people that want to just take an oath to a higher standard, and it's just a way for me another way for me to inspire others, right? I wanted to start Catalyst Promise because there's been brands and there's been people that took their career to higher places that have always inspired me. And I feel like inspiration and having high standards for ourselves is the base behind starting my brand. I wanted to have a brand where it meant everything that I stand for and everything that I work hard for. So Catalyst is really just how I see myself, the catalyst. That's how I'd make jokes with my friends all the time, like I'm the catalyst, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I really feel that way, and that's why I branded it, because I feel like I inspire others to be better, and that's what I'm best at. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I always feel like I wish I had as a kid. I wish I had somebody that just wanted to inspire me to be better, and that was their main goal in life, was to inspire others. So that's all Catalyst Promise is. It's a promise to be better.
Got you. So if they wanted to, come work out with you, find you, where could they find you at?
Well, my Instagram is _DSmithCP, and then my brand name is just Catalyst Promise on Instagram. You could find me there.
You can find them there, man. So before we get out of here, man, I think we got like 5 more minutes, whatever. Check it. I got this last question, man, and this question is huge for your generation. Give me your definition of fear.
My definition of fear. My definition of fear is being, I don't want to use like nervous or scared because those are kind of synonyms. Convincing yourself that you're not ready. Convincing yourself that, because that's all fear is convincing yourself that you can't, convincing yourself that you're not capable, or convincing yourself of some type of negative thought that you would not have otherwise had if you didn't see something or if you didn't hear something. Like sometimes you'll see like, oh, it's too expensive, I can't do that, or oh, it's too far, I can't drive that far, or oh, it's too heavy, I can't lift that, or oh, I can't run that fast. But that's all just you telling yourself that you're not capable, when all of those things are things that you're capable of doing if you put your mind to it. So I feel like fear isn't necessarily even just like things that you're scared of. Like people that are scared of spiders, you could kill that spider if you put your mind to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's all just us fear is all self-convincing.
Yeah, man, that's a good one. That's different. Like everybody got a different definition, right?
100%.
Definition of life in general.
100%.
Man, so I just want to I'm so grateful to have you the first guest on.
Man, I'm grateful for you, man.
Coach Cordell Talk Show, bro. Like, man, it's huge, man. This is a huge opportunity for me, huge opportunity for you. And I wanted to say, man, thank you for coming on the show, bro.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro, man.
Thank you.
Want to let everybody know, man, that's the end of Coach's Corner. First episode. We did it, baby. Let's go, man. Let's go. Clap it up.
Oh, boy, I'm proud of you, boy.
Welcome to Coach's Corner, a platform dedicated to giving students and young adults